Hey, what's up, Wayfinders? We're back with some more Minecraft. Some makeup Minecraft for missing yesterday. Let's see what I got. You are taking from those two? Yes? And putting in here? Alright. See, this is where I struggle. Because I had to get rid of my diagram down here. If I'm not mistaken, okay, this is where diorite will be made. And then the diorite comes in, and it makes andesite in a mixing bowl. Automated shapeless. Alright, so they'll come in, and there's a mixing bowl here, and it will make diorite. Andesite. Andesite comes out here. It needs to be mixed with some lava. As hydrated as I want to stay, I think I'm going to switch to schmalcohol. Alright, if we need lava, we're going to need to set up a drip station. Because I cannot foot the power bill that is going to be required for me to pump lava all the way up to this floor. Alright, so the andesite comes out here. It's not packing. It shouldn't be crushing. Aha! Andesite and diorite get mixed into tuff, and that should be the last step. I'm going to need a brass funnel to evenly separate out the diorite. I don't have a brass funnel. Unless I have one in here. Holy frijoles. I do have a brass tunnel. Boop. Alright. Diorite comes out there, comes out there. We'll go here. Then we have the andesite come out here. Huh. Again, there will be problems with this machine to start. These are just facts. And just remember, when all this is done, I don't get to rest. I get to run a few tests on it and make sure it actually functions. And then I have to run tests on my XP farm and make sure that I can actually get XP out of it. I'm gonna have to make a couple mending swords too. Oh, hello, bees. Please tell me I have some dripstone. So I don't have to go, hey, look at that, I got 16, alright. I'm gonna need so much more lava. I'm probably not gonna need all 16 dripstone, but we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I was probably going live for those 3 minutes. Okay. Can I just... Wait, where's my andesite? There's my tuff. To make tuff, mix. Can I just pump lava into a cauldron, into a basin, and say to hell with it? Because that would make my life so easy right now. But I don't have another basin, so I need to go make another basin. Because I need a basin. And I'm going to need another mixer, too. So I need a mixer and a basin. I need a bunch of pipes. That should actually be in my briefcase. Which should be down here if I have even an inkling of intelligente. But I'm not seeing it. It is, I think. I know, let's keep the ceiling at only 2 high so that you can never find out if anything is where you need it to be. Alright, I'm not seeing my suitcase anywhere, so I'm going to have to go find that, because I'm pretty sure I have copper pipes in it. I also have copper pipes just upstairs. No, I want to put my dripstone in it. Come on. Come on, me! My dripstone, put my cobblestone in there. I don't need the soul sand, the diorite, or the tuff right now. I need to put all this stuff away. I have an absolute mess for an inventory. This is unacceptable! What is it, Hana Bear? Yeah. Yeah. Do I have those copper pipes up here? Aha! I have tons of copper pipe. Do I have a pump? I have 4 pumps. Alright. Cool. Beanie Babies. I have 16 dripstone, and I'm thinking I'm just going to go ahead and use the lot. So that'll be a 4x4 dripstone set. To refill lava. I know I could pipe it up. It is not impossible for me to pipe it up. I might actually... I might harvest some... I need, what, 9 more dripstone to make it 25? I like 25. I like even. Or odd numbers. Because... I can put a central pipe. No. You're man. Okay, come on, brain. I came down here to get something. That specifically. Put everything away. Just put it all away. Make my life that much easier. I need a basin and a mixer. That's a user thing. Do I have any basins left over? One day, I'm going to come down here. Daggone. You're not going to fool me with your tricks. You are, and have always been, man. You are freaking out, man. I have 8 of those at your place. 8 of what? Mixers? Are you offering your mixers to me? No, she has 8 men. Batman doesn't exist. Who would dress up as a bat? Only a lunatic would dress up as a bat. Oh, the basins. Oh, I'll absolutely take... Well, I only need 1 basin. I need cauldrons out the wazoo. But, shoot, maybe you have cauldrons. I actually need 25 cauldrons. And then he sells. Alright, I'm gonna go over to Snow's place, pick up a basin so that I don't have to make a basin, but then I gotta make cauldrons. What's this? What's this? I have 7 basins! Heck that, I'm just gonna take my basin. But I'm still gonna go see if you have any cauldrons. Right now we're gonna ignore the bot from Elite until something else happens. Because I am not above using robots to boost my own visibility. I am against actively using them, but if these bots want to come in there of their own choosing, then yeah, I'm absolutely going to use them. Let me take a look. Let me see if it's still not letting me. Yeah, apparently I don't have access to my own stuff. Twitch chat is weird. I also love how I just have these beehives and I'm not harvesting any honey from them because I don't care. I just wanted to give my cute little bees someplace to be. Someplace to be? I'm sure you can imagine the goofy face I'm making, Jonas. In fact, I'm positive you can imagine the goofy face I'm making. I should play Marvel Rivals? I've thought about it. Like, unironically, I've thought about it. Honestly, the most off-putting thing about Marvel Rivals is all the advertisements where Venom is shaking his butt around. That's probably the biggest turn off. I put a dream catcher around it and had it blessed. Look, I know it's only one thing, but you gotta admit that's a pretty big thing. This is how Marvel Rivals is choosing to present itself to the wider world. Through a twerking symbiote. Don't ask me to go down and hit him. My head hurts too much to put on that much effort. Yay! Ha 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 ha! I can say whatever I want to, and she's not gonna hit me. Ha 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 ha! No, she'll send the child down to do it. Just means I'll hit you harder later. Yes, but that's later. It won't have any effect on me now. That's a problem for future me. And I already hate future me. That guy doesn't watch his waistline. Don't let the Thug Shaker Venom turn you off. Marvel Rivals is very with the memes, so they just embrace the Venom cake. Oh, God. But from what I've heard, Marvel Rivals is actually competently put together, fairly well balanced, and I'm not gonna lie, the roster is pretty impressive. It reminds me, at least what I've seen in the gameplay, it reminds me of Overwatch in its prime. Like, when Overwatch was really, really good. See, I don't care about Deadpool that much. I will say, if I'm not mistaken, Nico Minoru is in it. And I have read some of the Runaways. Nico, she's one of the members of the Runaways. She, I believe she's a witch who has control over the Staff of One. See, this is why. I swear there's more of them than when last I was here. No? I wonder what gave me that idea then, that she was in it. Oh well. But obviously I have seen the primary roster. I am actually a fan of the designs, and no, it's not because of Sue Storm or Emma Frost or anything like that. That has nothing to do with it. I actually think that the Hulk's design manages to be real bulky, like the Hulk would do. But it doesn't look weird, if that makes sense. If you had asked me 5 years ago, I probably would have said that the basin would be in the andesite casing. I have a basin! I need a cauldron! Actually, I need 25 cauldrons. And I really don't just want to steal your iron to make cauldrons. That is a lot of gravel just kind of big chilling there. But how many ovens? None. I don't need ovens. I would be amenable to taking a press. Oh, there's a mixer. Don't mind if I does. And no press. Curses. Curses! But I will take an extra andesite casing to make a press. I think I need a spare basin. Spit. I'm going to need more basins than... No, wait. I've got basins. I'm not going to take what I can't say what I don't need, because I realistically could make a press at any time with my equipment. I'm just too lazy to do that. Let's call a spade here. Where is depressing? It's in my head. Obviously. Oh, jeez. A whole block? Ah, Storms, that's expensive. Oh, perdóname. Elsa Bloodstone is supposed to come out after Deadpool. Angela, Cloak and Dagger, and Magic are the most niche characters that I can think of that are currently in-game. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Everything I've seen, they're showing love to Marvel characters that really don't get a lot of love. And I kind of like that. I always love when they pull from niche sources because it gives more attention to these characters that otherwise might not have gone, that might have been seen. And yes, I know they have Jeff. Do they have Shadowcat? That is my question. Do they have Shadowcat? No, Kitty Pryde is in fact not in the game. See, it's a deal breaker right there. Kitty Pryde is one of my favorite X-Men. Yet, at least. Yet, he says. $25. And I will return the iron that I did not use. Boom, boom. Alright, I believe that should be everything. Press, mixer, 25 cauldrons. I'm going to need more basins because I need a basin for each of the elements that I will be creating, because one of the things I discovered whilst putzing around, if I can find it, let's just use gold. You can use packing to press into an ingot. So all I got to do is get all of my elements packed, and there you go, ingots. Now, dear, admit to the world how after having to deal with our children alone for a full day and a half, where our 6-year-old was gone for most of that half day while I was sick, you said I couldn't die because you wouldn't survive without me. Also, you should be a lot richer. I had to use a lot of alloy from your store. Oh, okay. Let me check the stock and, if need be, restock. Oh, my goodness. So I need 7 stacks. You know, I did competitively price these. I'm going to be honest with you. The goal was to Walmart you and make you want to buy in bulk, or make you spend more money to get the less of the alloy here. But if you need to buy in bulk, I did math out these prices very, very carefully. The X-Men mutants currently in the game are Emma Frost, not an X-Men, Gambit, sometimes an X-Men, Magic, not an X-Men, Magneto, not an X-Men, Namor, not an X-Men, Phoenix, sometimes an X-Men, Psylocke, sometimes an X-Men, Rogue, sometimes an X-Men, Scarlet Witch, not an X-Men, not a mutant, Storm, definitely an X-Men, and Wolverine. And yes, I am flexing my paltry knowledge. Oopsie. If you don't admit it when I bring your food down, I will find the will to hit you. Will the will be written in ink? Because I've heard that if you don't get it notarized, the will doesn't count. And all of your money goes to the state. Scarlet Witch pisses me off. Her and Pietro will always be mutants to me. Gets indignant. What do you mean Magneto isn't an X-Men? He's not an X-Man! He is a mutant! He's an Omega level mutant! He's one of the strongest, but he's not an X-Man! Also, the variant of Magneto is redeemed and part of the X-Men. Ugh! Fine, I forgot. Sometimes Magneto joins the X-Men. Ugh. And if I'm not mistaken, Scarlet Witch and Pietro are the result of experiments done by the High Evolutionary. But also, Scarlet Witch is Nexus being. Sometimes. Depends on the comic that they're writing for her. Namor also has a skin that is the blue and yellow X-Men suit. But that's really petty. So I didn't think Namor was ever an X-Men. He's just the king of Atlantis. He's a mutant. I know he's a mutant because his his mutation is his two little wings on his heels, which is frick-fracking hilarious because they're adorable. But he holds himself with such pride. Ugh. But I never thought he was an X-Man. I'm open to the idea of being wrong. Again, my knowledge is paltry. At any point, I am open to the idea of being wrong. Please, if I'm wrong, feel free to tell me I'm dumb. Look, I am a basic bitch comic nerd, alright? I'm sorry. I'm a basic comic nerd. I really gotta do better and stop swearing. I think Spider-Man is probably hands down my favorite superhero, if that tells you how basic my tastes are. I will say, I do actually want to get back to The Runaways, because I stopped reading it. I think I just lost access to it, because the guy I was borrowing it from, me and him are no longer friends. I mean, he's by far the most popular superhero out of his comparable to only Batman and Superman. Yeah, but Superman is boring, and Batman is. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Batman. I appreciate that, daggone, but you really can just call me basic for it. I will accept the role. This is why I say I will accept the role, because I want to. I openly admit and acknowledge the idea of its basicness. However, I do still find Spider-Man compelling in all of his forms. Superior Spider-Man, Miles, Pete. Superman and Batman both pissed me off far too much. So of those three, Spider-Man is my favorite. Also, one of the things that will save me from being too basic is I feel like Marvel heroes, people are going to go for like Wolverine. I really do feel like people love Wolverine a ton. Or, you know, if they want to be cringe, they'll be a big fan of the Punisher because, I mean, to hell with actual consequences for your actions, right? Goofy people loving the Punisher. Can I help you? What's that face for? Donka.
Admit
Ow!
you need me.
Why?
You need
Abuse!
me. You need me.
Yes, I need you. I have no shame in admitting I need you. Of course I need you, BB. Ah! Ah! Why? Why are you hitting me? Huh? Why you do this? I mean, isn't part of Punisher's goal to kill himself after killing all the other bad people he can? I don't know. I mean, will he ever be done? Will he ever be done killing bad people? Remember, all this badness is by his metric. He gets to pick. So if I just put the base in here, can I just, I don't know. Bucky is in my top 10. As he rightfully should be. Alright. If I put a base in there. How do I want to roll this? I don't want to add another arm. I've got too many arms. Man, context is weird. Did I ever watch Thunder? I did, and I was impressed while at the same time being unimpressed. I think that a hero like Sentry is difficult to adapt. What with him basically being the Marvel Superman. But at the same time, what, Sentry being there? I'm fine with Sentry being there. Again, it's an ambitious choice. I just don't care. We saw that movie for my birthday because I love Marvel and Sebastian Stan is hot. Oh, no, him being the Marvel super... He is! Well, they need to get over it. He is Marvel's answer for Superman. And in the eternal Marvel way, he's got to be flawed somehow, which he is. Alright, if I just do that, will they go in? I legitimately don't know. I guess I could check if I had a brain. What the hell?
Hello.
What was that noise?
Hello.
What am I hearing?
Citrine typing on the Burrow Writer?
It's actually Hyperion and the Blue Marvel that are Marvel Super... Sentry has all of Superman's powers, has a big S on his belt. Like, ugh. Other way around, Jonas. Other way around. DC turns people into gods. Marvel wants them to be human.
Citrine, you're fine. You didn't have to go in the other room. He just didn't know what it was.
What was I doing? I was doing something and then Citrine's name was mentioned and I got distracted. Here, chicken, have one of your brethren. I've been in multiple adamant arguments with one of my friends about who's stronger, Superman, between Sentry and Superman. Superman's stronger! Hands down! I'm sorry! Superman is stronger! Since I discovered about Sentry... No! No, daggone, Superman is stronger. Here's the thing you have to understand about Superman. He is as broken as you can be. He is, and I mean this literally, always the strongest in the room. That's what I needed, a hand crank. I don't think I have one up here. Okay. Look, I'm sorry that I gotta be so blunt about it, Citrine. Superman is stronger. That is uncontested.
I don't think Citrine cares. He doesn't really pay attention.
Did I say Citrine? I meant Dagon. I'm sorry. Citrine's just always on my mind.
So he don't care about Spider-Man, all that crap.
I thought it was about their baseline. DC heroes tend to start crazy powerful and become humanized through their actions, while Marvel heroes tend to be characters who gain godlike powers, and we saw it change, or saw how it changed them. On most terms, yes, Dagon. The fight between Superman and Sentry. The fight between Superman and Sentry would basically be even, with the caveat that Superman literally has no upper limit to the amount of solar radiation he can absorb, with the exception of All-Star Superman, where he had to fly into the sun. But keep in mind, he later came back from that. And he was effectively God. Sentry's gonna put up a good fight, but Sentry will be worn down.
Oops.
What'd you do now?
I just fell into my pit.
What you gonna do that for? If only you had a jetpack, like I tried to give you earlier. But no, Snow says she's too good for a jetpack. I don't want a jetpack! That's what she says to me.
Snow doesn't want a jetpack because Snow can't drive a jetpack.
No, can't drive at all.
A jetpack is a whole hell of a lot easier to drive than a Elytra.
I don't drive Elytra either.
I know, but you could.
Did you just say, dear, that you could drive, just not
I
legally?
can drive, just not legally, technically.
Technically, I can rob a bank too. It's just not legal.
Accurate. I'm not sure what your... Oh, jeez. Whew!
You know, now that I think about it, maybe I couldn't even rob a bank illegally because they'd be like, you have no ride, you're gonna run into the wall, and we could just give you $1 bills instead of hundreds. Like,
Right.
and sir, you're facing the wrong way.
Wouldn't that be just the best power move from a bank if somebody comes in to rob them and they give them pennies? Give me $10,000 right now! I'm gonna shoot everybody in this bank! Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna be here a while. 5, 6. Oh, I lost count. Hold on, I gotta start over.
They've got one of those miniature cranes that just like is backing up and beeping. That's like bringing out like a pallet of penny boxes.
Doop,
You want us to put these?
doop, doop. Note to self, get hired at a bank and test this theory.
dear, I'm never gonna do that to you. By the way,
What?
Rob a bank?
you can go to and you can get $25 worth of pennies in a box.
Yeah, and you love me because you know I will kill you.
Yeah, that's literally what 2,500 pennies.
You know I will kill you.
I know what you mean because of Void, but please remember that even though, okay, I'm playing the power scale game a little bit here, so please forgive me. It is objectively true that Superboy is weaker than Superman, and Superboy was able to punch so hard he broke reality. I'm pretty sure if the Void were to trap Superman, if it's a mental attack, he has defenses against it. If it's a different dimension, he's gonna punch his way out.
I have something going through my head about this, dear, but it has nothing to do with Superboy or Superman.
Uh-huh.
When I was in middle school, there was a game on the internet that we could play through the blind schools, sort of whatever you want to
Oh,
call
I
it.
got my game crashed.
And
Okay.
it
cool.
was just called freearcadegames.com. And there was a game on there that's called Super Kid. So he's saying Superboy and Superman, and my mind just goes, Super Kid. I'm like, autism, stop. That has nothing to do with anything.
Super Kid, legally distinct from Superman. We resemble but are legally distinct from the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild. Did I bring those pipes down? Of course I didn't, but good news, I got that. Both Sentry and Superman are powered by the sun. I don't think Sentry is powered by the sun. Let me check. Let me check if Sentry is powered by the sun. Okay, here's the thing about Marvel. Their heroes usually, and usually is doing a lot of heavy lifting there, they are usually paired with
You
weaknesses
okay, dear?
that make them believable.
Yes, I'm fine, dear. You have to understand, as a blind person, we just got a new shower head today put on, so I have to go inspect it so that my what was that?
My phone trying to play a video when I opened it up and I didn't mean it to.
Oh, I was like, what is your phone
What the hell?
doing?
Okay.
Being stupid.
Oh.
Why am I crashing out? Why?
Is internet
So,
bad? No, because good.
I'm just going to read off a wiki right now. The Sentry's powers derive from a variant of the super soldier serum that, quote, moves his molecules an instant ahead of the current timeline, end quote. So if you can figure out whatever the hell that means, there you go. There's the Sentry. Look, you can say Wiki is stupid. Oh, no! No! Ah!
Ooh, that's a lot of water.
Why? Why?
Does that have an English translation?
Not one that you'd recognize! It's so dark. Alright. Okay. Okay. I gotta go down right here. Because that might be Sentry. So what if you just like turn off the sun? Here's the thing. Let's say Sentry turned off the sun. You've definitely put a time limit on Superman's ability to hold solar radiation, but you haven't removed it. Superman still would be holding solar radiation inside himself. And I don't know if I actually want to do this way. Actually, this might work out for me. All right. Can't breathe. Okay, we've got the pipe that we can use. We're just gonna snap you off. Doop. But what if I put in floor? Haha. One, two, three, four, five. Bing, bong, do, beat, do.
Yeah.
What if I going down instead of going up? Regardless, I think the Superman vs. Sentry is essentially an infinite fight that does not end unless something happens that stops them from having access to their respective sources of power, or they just decide, yo, what are we even doing here? It's been like 3 weeks, why are we still doing this? I would agree, except Superman seems to keep beating Doomsday, which should not be possible.
Alright, I do have a really dumb question.
I have a really dumb answer.
Didn't Superman try, like, not Superman, didn't Doomsday try to say he was Superman's dad? in
Flarbig
one
Zubul.
episode? Or am I remembering that wrong?
I have no memory of any instance where Doomsday has ever said that he is Superman's father. If you're thinking of Darkseid, there was an episode of the animated series
Oh,
where...
sorry, Darkseid.
Yes, Darkseid has basically told Superman everything to get him to be a slave. At some point, I'm pretty sure Darkseid actually used the anti-life equation on Superman. It wouldn't surprise me. In fact, it would surprise me more if Darkseid had never used the anti-life equation on Superman.
Dig.
I do wonder how an actual, completely unbiased fight would go, because obviously in the end Superman has to win somehow, so Doomsday just loses because he has to. Again, one of the many reasons I greatly dislike... Look. My problems with Superman stem from the fact that he's boring. I do not find it compelling to have a character that always wins. However, a competent writer knows that the thing about Superman is not him winning. The thing about Superman is what happens during the fight. I don't understand why you aren't just making a huge tank of lava. I've already got infinite sources of lava down below. Also, the size commitment you're asking for when it comes to a lava tank is probably more than you think. It wouldn't just cause... Sure, it goes for a lot of characters, but it's just unfair when it gets to Superman, let alone Batman. My problem with Batman is surprisingly not, oh, why is Bruce not using his money to make Gotham a better place? I find that argument boring. That argument does not interest me even a little bit. No, what I find interesting, what I dislike about Batman is that, he's never, I want to say he's never consistent. He complains about how much the danger he's putting the kids in, right? Alright, that's fair. You are kind of putting these kids in insane amounts of danger. You probably should feel bad about that. But it never stops. There's always a new Robin. There's always a new Ward. And it's just like, man, your arguments of, I really shouldn't be doing this, kind of lose their punch after about the 5th or 6th time. I'll let him have Dick. Dick was the first one, alright? And he didn't know the kind of damage he could do. He really should have, but he didn't. But as soon as Jason Todd got involved, there is no excuse.
Jason's the one that died, correct?
Jason is the one that died and got brought back.
I need to go grab more lanterns.
I'll... Thank you, Dagon. I actually didn't think about that when I said it.
How many cakes am I up to? Holy crap.
We can all agree that Tim was the biggest mistake. And yes, and I do mean Tim, because Tim came after
He's
Jason.
the one that went cuckoo.
No, Jason went cuckoo. But Jason went cuckoo because of the use of the Lazarus pit. Look, Bruce didn't know.
Tim went cuckoo because he was tortured by Joker.
Yes, Tim went cuckoo because of that, but the reason I'm holding Bruce so responsible for Tim is because Jason had already happened by that point. You don't get the excuse of, oh, my last protege just kind of left, so I'm fine to refill the spot because what damage could possibly be done. You know full well exactly what kind of danger you're putting these kids in at that point. It's just, I have no sympathy. I'm sorry. That's why I like the more recent versions of some of these characters. They actually feel better and more like actual characters that have actual stakes, because Superman always has his problems in the form of protecting other people, whereas someone like Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, Peacemaker, Green Arrow, and the like all have to worry about themselves and other people. So they actually tried to give Superman a weakness. Where he can pull, a Shadow the Hedgehog. And, use Chaos Blast. I am, of course, being facetious, mostly. Ow. Oh, I was in the basin. But he can shunt all of his solar energy and, if he does that, he loses all of the radiation that keeps him safe. But there is exactly no part of me that actually believes they would let Soup die. Now, Green Arrow, on the other hand, I'm biased about Green Arrow because of all the work they did with him in the Justice League show. Which I know is not primary canon, but I still really like it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Three. Ugh. Snow, are you singing Diggy Diggy Hole?
No. I'm just saying dig a hole.
I feel like there's an Ed, Ed and Eddie joke to be made there.
Maybe. Oh, I'm excited, by the way.
Are you excited, by the way? Please, by the way, tell me, by the way, what, by the way, you are excited for, by the way.
Thanks to my dad, I was able to buy the entire Godzilla anime series. Yay!
Well, aren't you lucky?
I will share it when Poker and them come and kidnap us.
Look, I'm not going to speak to the animated series because I've never watched it, so I can't and wouldn't. However, Zilla is terrible. Surely you must agree with that.
I love Zilla. I'm sorry. It's the one that...
That's a lot of fish.
Yeah, well, I like the movie. It's one I can remember watching with my dad. So, that and a couple horror movies that I probably shouldn't have watched at my age, but hey. The other Godzillas just made me sad when I watched them.
What do you mean?
They just weren't what I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
Them not to be so... I don't know, the other Godzillas are just so chunky.
Oh, you mean the design?
Yeah.
Snow.
Yeah.
You should see either Godzilla Felis or Godzilla Earth if you want to talk chonky boys. Let's see.
And there was just powers that they had that I was just like, this is too much for a quote-unquote monster dude.
Godzilla is never about his shape. Look, you gotta understand, alright? Ever since Mothra left, Godzilla, he's been working through some shit, okay? Don't judge a monster by the amount of ice cream he eats. Or the number of ice cream stores he eats. I will say, I did recently finish the anime Singular Point. It's alright. Confusing. But alright. Showa Godzilla looks like he just got home from work and just started beer after beer. And Heisei Godzilla looks derpy. We can all agree Heisei Godzilla looks derpy. That's not a hot take. He's a derpy looking guy. He's a bro. He started everything. But we can all agree he's a bit of a derp.
That's the one that looks like the balloon T-Rex, correct?
Possibly.
Okay.
For the time, he looks great.
Yeah, for the time. I'm just saying, like, every time I see him, the immediate thought I have is, they used a balloon T-Rex to make him.
If you want to see Godzilla in the modern era, like what they saw when they made Godzilla, my recommendation would be Shin Godzilla, -1, and obviously any of the legendary Godzillas. Those three are like the three quintessential Godzillas.
Gotcha.
Also, -1 is getting a sequel, which I am slightly excited for. Because I think -1 is really, 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 really good. And if I haven't said it enough, you should go see -1. And I am both saying you as in Snow and you as in whoever's listening to this right now, you should go watch -1 because what -1 does is what the 2014 Godzilla movie from Legendary Pictures wanted to do.
I will have to wait until it comes out on a streaming platform because our movie theater closed down.
I will look it up
Family
right
will
frick
not
bracken
drive
now.
Huh?
I will look it up right now. Let's see. Godzilla -1. It's on Netflix.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
I must say Final Wars looked like he was hitting his daily push-up. I have heard people say Final Wars is a really good Godzilla as long as you don't take it seriously. The thickest Godzilla I've ever seen has to be, what do they call it? It's not Dominus. The Godzilla from Singular Point. That thing Damn. He chonky. What the hell is that thing called? No, I just looked up an image. Dude is like 3 Godzillas thick.
Holy moly.
Godzilla Ultima. Ultima. That's its name. There you go. You want to see a chunky Godzilla? Look up Godzilla Ultima. Because, damn.
He got some chonk.
Them legs are kaijus all on their own. Alright? Let me just say that. It burns!
You're not supposed to play in lava.
Ow. 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 Ow.
Why do you keep playing in lava?
Because I have no respect for the sanctity of my own life.
Apparently.
Oh heck. Oh heck. No. Stop. Oh. I just heard my panic on the upstairs TV. You know, I'm fairly certain this doesn't actually have to be, lava source blocks to drip, but I prefer it.
They do.
They do have to be lava source blocks to drip. Okay, well, Snow says it, and if Snow says it, it must be true.
They don't drip otherwise. I should know. My Blaze Cake farm needs them.
Ah! I keep hurting myself! Snow, why are you letting me hurt me?
Because I'm too busy trying not to fall in a hole of my own creation.
Down in a hole. Ah! Ah! You know, if the lava could stop jumping into my face, that would be great. So speaking of the price of eggs in China, does anyone have any hope for the Beyond the Spider-Verse movie?
I didn't even watch the first one.
You mean the second one?
The Spider-Verse, whatever? Nope.
Yeah. There was Into the Spider-Verse, and then there was Beyond the Spider-Verse. I'm sorry, Across the Spider-Verse, and Beyond the Spider-Verse is supposed to come out next year.
Then no, because I didn't even watch the first one or the second one.
I recommend them. They're decent, but then again, I have already stated my opinions on Spider-Man superiority. I feel like there's been too many delays. Apparently, there's drama involving the voice of Miles. I don't know anything about it. I really should have made all of these glass. I might do that. But for now... we'll just do that. Alright. We got lava dripping. We got lava coming in. Alright. As I was saying before my stream, shot itself. Final War Goji's thighs. Oh, wait, did you miss? I proclaimed the thickest of Zillas has to be Ultima. Hands down, it's gotta be Ultima. Oh yeah, no, my stream was dying for the last 10 minutes. So yeah, Ultima is from the Singular Point anime, which I just finished recently, and I am without a doubt convinced that Ultima is the thickest of Godzillas. Ultima is a literal god. Look, people keep saying that. I don't see it. I'm sorry. I don't see it. I have heard this argument that Ultima is supposed to be all of the Zillas in one. I just don't get it. He can give himself the fattest ass he wants. As much as we love you, baby. Baby has spoken, and we stopped watching stream on big screen because he was getting fussy. Aw, he doesn't like watching his dad? It's alright. I don't like watching me either. Alright, so that's moving in the correct direction.
Ooh, I guess while I have you and Angel somewhat able to hear me.
Do you have me somewhat able to hear you? The question is not, do you have me able to hear you, but am I going to listen to what you have to say?
I hope so. Do we want to Among Us this Sunday?
Amogus. I've never heard of it being a composite Godzilla. I've just heard that all the kaiju in that show are like the physical form of gods that are just fighting for the love of the game. Snowflake, that's something you're going to have to ask the wife. She is the one who was sick most recently. She is the one that ultimately has to make the call.
That's fair.
Dagon, if I remember properly, it is stated that the Singular Points are computers, not necessarily gods. I swear there is a line about them just being supercomputers. Now, I am open to the idea of being wrong. As you well know, I say that quite often. I'm always open to the idea of being wrong. But the point stands. Ultima is a cheater. And for those who are about to say, oh, well, the death battle said this or that. Look, I watched the freaking anime, and I have no idea where the death battle gets the idea of some higher dimensional god using Godzilla as its plaything. I'm not kidding. I watched the anime, and then proceeded to watch an episode-by-episode breakdown by, like, a massive Godzilla fan who's explaining all the kaiju that are actually in the anime. And at no point did the idea of Godzilla being the avatar of some higher dimensional being come up. Ultima's got, like, let's call it 20% of the possible angles you could see it at that look really, really cool. Every other angle looks so goofy. And I'm saying this as somebody that actually likes Ultima's design. But it had one design that looked very Zilla-esque in that it was more theropod in its stance. It had a lot of lean forward, and the face was a little bit more elongated. I thought that was its best look in the movie. Like, if they had kept it at that, I'd have been happy. But no.
I just love the look of Zilla.
I think the theropod is a good look. I'm not gonna lie. I just think that the movie is crappy.
Yeah, to each their own.
He has the thighs of doom and despair and chesticles. I'm telling you, man, Ultima's the full package. You should see his mouth. I'm not even kidding. Alright, if I do that. He took all the tail. Look, if you want to talk tail, you want to talk about Shin, alright? Shin's got
Shin
tail.
has a long freaking tail.
What?
Shin has a long freaking tail.
Shin has the tail. Shin is the tail. Let's be 100% honest. I thought Ultima's tail was proportionally longer. Like, relative to body size. I don't know, because Ultima is so thick, it's really hard to say. I would love to give you an answer on that. Wait a minute, this is where I'm making tough, right? This is... Did I just accidentally, while talking about Godzilla and Spider-Man, reach the final stage? Oh my god, Mazios, I kind of did.
Yay! Congratulations.
Hold on. This is the halfway final step.
Change of plan.
I'm not going to accept any congratulations, a winner is you, until the final step is done. Fear. Fear!
Are you drowning yourself on purpose?
Ugh. I'm not as quick as I used to be.
One, two, three.
God. Minecraft music is just freaking good, alright?
Yeah.
Like, if anyone ever tried to look at me and say, I don't think Minecraft music's that good, I would have them, I would have their head examined. According to random people on the internet, Ultima is longer by about 300 feet. Take that with a grain of salt. Well, I have never had a situation where people on the internet have steered me wrong.
Oh.
I'm about to suffocate myself, aren't I? Oh, cool. No, I lived. Ha! Sweet.
Woohoo!
Hooray for living! I don't know why I went, like, full Krillin with that, but sure, whatever, we'll rock it. Boy, I sure do like living! I hope I get to do a lot more of that.
Done with my pit of doom.
Yeah, Shin Godzilla has those big chunky thighs too, but no, you're right, Ultima is... I'm telling you, he is 3 Godzillas wide. Now here's the question. Who has the better atomic breath, Ultima or Shin?
Chin?
Go on, Dagon! Snow says Shin. It is tough, isn't it? You want me to make it tougher and throw in -1? What do you think, Snow? If I throw in -1, does that change your answer?
I've never seen -1.
You should look up the atomic... Well, okay. I guess the better question is... Honestly, -1 would take 3rd place out of those 3. Really? An easy 3rd place? Oh, no. I'm sorry. Between those 3, believe it or not, Ultima takes 3rd place in my book. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. Ultima has an incredible atomic breath. But that scene with -1. Oh! For me, it's Shin -1, Ultima. That is my order. And then if I had to give a 4th, probably Legendary. But mostly, my favorite thing about Legendary is also the sound design. The charging up sound that comes out of its throat is just so cool.
Glad you were feeling a tiny bit better. Hope you continue on the road up with help.
What seems a bit off? My issue is that they have such different styles. They do have such different styles, and it's a completely personal question. 100%, there is no wrong answer to this question. That's why I have no shame in asking it.
It is solely based off opinion.
It 100% is. Because Dagon's right. The styles of Ultima, Godzilla, -1, and Shin, and Legendary are so different from each other that you cannot directly compare them. They each have their just incredible things. Shin's scene is beautiful. From a composition standpoint, from a music standpoint, Shin is absolutely freaking gorgeous. It's like an art piece all on its own. And combining just the rolling waves of atomic smoke and fire into that high-pitched beam that just bisects buildings as it flails around. Oh! But at the same time, Ultima's breath is like if a magician had 5 or 6 magic seals that were compressed and then fired a laser beam. It looks so cool. I'm not going to spoil -1's scene, but -1 has that just long buildup that gives you all this time to savor when it hits. And then, of course, Legendary's breath, at least in some of the later ones, I love the sound design of it charging up, and it feels like a very accurate modernization of what the original maybe not the original, but what we know as the Atomic Breath was. I think that if you took Ultima and put him in live action, I think Shin's would look better. And I think if you put Shin in animation, it would still look better. I agree with you. But Shin, like I said, Shin has a lot going for it. And you're right, it is all in the setup. Ultima just kind of uses it as a, oh, here's I use my technique. I think that's why I put it in third place, where I put -1 and Shin above it, because I do love, I can't believe I'm saying it, I do love the pageantry behind Shin and -1. And that is quite possibly the most accurate way to describe it, is pageantry. Because if you took Ultima into the scene of King of the Monsters in the first battle against Ghidorah, where the surroundings are all different shades of blue in the falling snow, it would look heavenly. Oh my goodness, there was so much red in Singular Point. Everything was red. And honestly, having watched both Singular Point and Godzilla Earth, the whole trilogy, I gotta say, they both had the same damn problem. And Legendary suffers from this too. Like, Godzilla just doesn't do anything. Which is weird to say because Shin isn't all that active either. But I feel like Shin does more.
Water there so I can get down safely.
Though I think Shin in animation would look better if it was in 2D animation style, where the colors can be hand-drawn or something, with the level of precision as, like, the paths in Attack on Titan. Alright. I'm about to make some enemies.
Oh.
I don't like Attack on Titan.
Okay. I haven't watched past season, I think it was 1, so I can't really say anything.
I think Attack on Titan, it is way too similar to another anime I like called Claymore.
I've never seen Claymore.
I'm not surprised. Claymore as an anime, pretty trash. As a manga, pretty good up to the ending, which was... I didn't like it. But up until the ending, it's really nice. Claymore deals with a bunch of people who fight a monstrous threat by utilizing the power of that self-same monstrous threat themselves. And it turns out that the threat is simply a tactic used by an enemy nation for a much larger war that they have no idea is actually going on. Does any of this sound familiar?
Possibly partly, but then again, like I said, I haven't watched past season 1, maybe 2 of.
So in
Attack
season
on
1,
Titan,
the
so-
Titans attack, and your basic, what you're handed is, oh, they're monsters, right?
And then they find out that all the Titans were human at some point, because I think that was like the first episode of season 2.
And then later you discover that the Titans are sent there by an enemy nation as part of a much larger war.
Ah. Gotcha.
I sent you a picture on Discord of what I mean. That is the style I think Shin and Ultimate Beam would thrive outside of live action. I just think Godzilla would thrive outside of live action. I kind of wish that they had done a good anime that wasn't Godzilla Earth or Singular Point. And again, I kind of like Singular Point. It didn't really hold my hand when it came to the topics it was discussing. Now, having said that, man, if I didn't have as much tism as I do, I would have been absolutely confused. Also, in AOT's defense, I feel like that's the equivalent of disliking Dauntless just because you like Monster Hunter or vice versa. I don't know what Dauntless is, but if it's a shameless Monster Hunter ripoff, then there's that. I would compare it to disliking Monster Hunter stories because it's a ripoff of Pokemon. That to me is more fair. And Monster Hunter Stories gets no points for me in game design because it literally is just... Okay, not literally. It is comparable to Pokemon with monsters instead of, Pokemon. So the only thing Monster Hunter Stories has going for it is its story. It's very similar to Monster Hunter, but it has a lot of unique things. I'll be honest, Dagon, one of my biggest problems with AOT is very personal. It's that I feel like AOT's existence reduces the possibility of Claymore getting a remake in the vein of, give my brain a second to catch up. Full Metal Alchemist, which it desperately needs, because much like Full Metal Alchemist, it did just kind of stop. Alright, now, for heck's sake, please turn in the correct direction. Because if you turn in the correct direction, my trials, my tribulations, my tribbles, they're over. And you all want my tribbles to be over, right?
Sure.
Balls.
Why you no dig? Dig.
Diggy diggy hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy diggy hole, I'm digging a hole.
Dig.
Alright, what direction art thou turning? If I turnst thou on? So what if I go like this, and I place you here, and then I go like this, and I place you there, and then, just to mix it up, I place you here and here. Push moi! It works!
Yay!
Wait. Hold! There seems to be an error.
No yay.
Oh, don't worry, Snowflake. The yay is coming. I just have a few things to do. So if I put a shaft. Ho, 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 ho. Ah! I hacked it!
Well, you're not supposed to do that.
Okay, what is the malfunction here? Flint.
Coolio. Next side. Visual glitch, I think. Oh, goodness. Whee!
Okay, so we have some kinks. We have in our hands a kinky system.
Holy kazoli. Ah. Yay, that's empty. $300 eggs stacked up. Ooh, the sugar cane's not doing good.
Alright, that's part of the water, so I can't break you. I can get over here. Take the stone. We don't need the stone in there. Oh, great. It's become an infested stone. Because of course it has.
Yay!
Did I miss something? Am I... Alright, the brass funnel only... The brass tunnel only splits. Brass funnels can extract up to a full stack. The value panel allows for precise control over the extracted stack size. Using items on the filter slot will restrict the funnel to only transfer matching stacks. Funnel's idea for transferring to and from inventories. Placed normally, it pulls items from the inventory. Placed while sneaking, it puts items into the inventory. Using a wrench, the funnel can be flipped after placement. Funnels on belts will extract insert depending on its movement direction. Funnels should also interact nicely with a handful of other components. Powered funnels. Extension funnels. Allow list. There. That explains why it suddenly went haywire. Okay, so what if I take this... Items match regardless of their attributes. So if I do that and set that there, and then push the go button. Ultimus Beam in live action would look like Northern Lights on crack, and in 2D animation they look like a damn Dragon Ball. Alright. Now what we're looking for is for the clay. It's still sending sand. Why is it sending sand? What if I change this to a deny list? and I put sand in it. All right, the sand is still coming through. I'm misunderstanding something very critical about the funnels.
Which funnel are you using?
Brass. And I think I know what it is.
So, with those, I just put the item that I want to through at the top of that
What if I have 2 items
thing.
that I
I
want?
don't do a list. I couldn't tell you because I've never done more than one item per brass funnel. But I've never used the deny list on one of those.
Wait. Wait. I might have a solution.
Yay!
This is a big might. And I have to be correct about this. If I get this wrong... Alright, if I crush clay, there are only 3 things. Alright. So if there's only 3 things, then all I have to do... Does anyone out there hate looking at the way I have stuff organized yet?
Haven't looked.
Plot twist, I don't. No, I don't want to silk touch the... I want to destroy. I hate those big spinning gears. Well, they're not big spinning gears, if that makes you feel better. They're crushers. They crush. And now I'm thinking about one of the underrated jokes from Futurama. We're gonna do to you what we did for the squash people from the squash planet. We squished them! Yeah, see? It's kind of funny. It's worth a chuckle.
Just a tiny one.
Boom. Boom. Now, if I'm right... Let's take you off, and let's put you back on. I need another one. Another one's got to connect. Alright, I actually know what I did wrong this time. I will allow you to correct any previous statements. I hate those big spinning crushers. You walking past them gave me anxiety while they were spinning. Okay, so if I'm right, I should be able to say flint and clay come out there while sand goes out the other way. Yeah? I think it worked. It's just very, very slow. heck.
Whee! Whoops.
So what if I set it to only take in quartz?
More glass. Can I had 1,000 blaze cakes yet? Almost.
Or can I deny soul sand? I have trauma from movies. The Final Destination or something. You're going to walk past it and your shoelace is going to get caught in the crusher and pull you in. I'm not going to lie. Watching the behind the scenes for Final Destination 2 has made me utterly unafraid of driving behind logging trucks.
How does that work?
Because for the practical effects, they desperately wanted to have they wanted to make it so that the logs could bounce up practically, and they tried it a bunch of times. It never worked. They could never get the logs to bounce.
Oh.
Or to put it more directly, look. Your car's gonna get f***ed up if their chain breaks. You are not going to die. Oh, this is going the wrong way.
Got you. Hello, honey dear.
Honey dear.
Hi, Albino.
Ha!
Yeah.
Owned.
One of his many nicknames.
Look, I like that one better than certain.
Certain ones are only used when I'm pissed at you.
Yeah, I know. The deer, that's 4 letters. The other 4-letter ones are not so. I'm inclined to stay in the threshold of another room.
You're a smart husband.
I wouldn't say that necessarily.
What, to avoid the anger?
Yeah, it's less about smart at that point when certain names or certain volumes of voice are reached, and it's more about needing to survive and basic primal instinct.
Primal Instinct? I love that game!
We women, we are scary. Hear us roar.
You know, I'm convinced.
Are you
that
convinced?
when we actually hang out at some point. Yeah, dear. I'm convinced that when we hang out at some point at their place or whatever, that you and Angel are just going to go and be like, hey, let's leave the guys alone. They're having them just.
We're having a Tism Fest.
Do that. Yep.
The Tisms will flow on that
I
day.
don't know. Yes, I don't doubt that'll happen.
All right, everything is
Angel and I will just
moving.
hang upstairs with the kiddos.
I have literally one last funnel to place, and that should be it. And I placed it in the wrong spot.
Oh no!
Oh no! He will chase you high and low, So find a place he'd never go. The one way you'll get home is sailing where he's scared to roam. It's through the lair of Scylla.
It's easier to tolerate you than guilt and regret. Yeah.
You good shaved regret.
Yes. He shaved. He regrets it.
I need another depot. I need 2 more depots. Ah! I'm so close to having this. This is so frustrating, but also really enjoyable.
Tis exciting.
Not really.
What, that it's almost done?
I'm waiting to get back into singing. The Ilium coming out is making me want to do vocal practicing so I can be a VA singer one day. I have hope and fear regarding the Ilium.
She's not in her bed? Oh.
I am waking you up. This is the daddy removal system. I am waking you up.
I'm more scared of Nolan. Okay, nobody should be scared of Nolan's Odyssey. Nolan's Odyssey should just hurry up and flop. How very dare you come out and say, I'm going to make a more grounded and realistic Odyssey, and then show us that armor. Alright, I need 2 depots. Two depots, and we might actually be done. Kind of, sort of. We'll be done with all the create mod. After this, it'll be storage drawers. And if I want to compress them. Do I have any depots? I don't think I do.
There should be some at my place if you need them, I think.
Are you offering them?
I am offering them. Yes.
Then I will take them. Let's go to floor 6.
Are you able to just use pipes to pipe out lava other?
Yeah,
Well,
as long as you got a valve on it. Or, pump, I mean.
I can do a pump. That's not a hard part. I just know that Beardstone always uses the, like, mechanical arm method, and
I'm going to make a more grounded and realistic adaptation of X. Anything is so scary nowadays. First it was Marvel and DC, and now we want to make more grounded retelling of the goddamn Odyssey! We're going to pretend that that story is realistic in any way? No, of course it... But, okay, the most realistic thing about the Odyssey... Okay, the most fascinating part of the Odyssey that has a realistic basis is also its most confusing. It's Scylla and Charybdis. Because Scylla and Charybdis reside in the Mycenaean Strait. The Mycenaean Strait has sharp rocks on one side, and as the tide goes in and out, a small whirlpool on the other. Obviously, you could try to sail through the rocks, but your ship's going to get wrecked. Or you could try to time it and sail past the whirlpool. But if it's whirlpool o'clock, your ship's going to get wrecked. This is where Charybdis opening her mouth twice a day or so many times a day and consuming the ocean, and then Scylla with her 6 super quick arms comes from. Fascinating, in my opinion. But the other thing about the Odyssey is that it's not told in order. It actually starts with Telemachus going to try to find his dad. And it isn't until he gets to one of the kingdoms, I don't remember which, that they touch on what happened.
Is it raining, dumb dog?
I just...
You doofus.
If Nolan had said, I just want to make an Odyssey movie, I don't think anybody would have cared. I legitimately don't think anybody would have cared. But when you prime it by saying, I want to make a more realistic, more grounded Odyssey, you have given me expectations. Because guess what? There are people that actually specialize in what old Greek armor looked like. It didn't look like that! I don't understand hiring Matt Damon as Odysseus when the Odyssey starts only 10 years after he left his home. And ain't Matt Damon old when he's leaving Troy, maybe when he finally makes it home, but, like, dude, Matt Damon ain't the young, handsome man he used to be. I don't know. I don't know about the Matt Damon casting. My fear is that it's more just celebrity casting than... Yeah, we actually have a, we believe he's the best man for the role. I'm not saying he's not. Casting no shade at Damon right now. Alls I'm saying is, I wouldn't have picked him. Actually, I probably would have picked I would have gone and seen if there's any Greek actors that could handle the role. But, I'm just weird like that, and when my movie is about Greek guys, I tend to look for Greek guys. What was that?
Someone went live on Twitch.
Boku Boku. I love the idea of Charybdis being a big old sea monster that slurps up and spits out water. I love the idea of Charybdis just not even caring just because it's so big that it's not a threat. Or it's not threatened by anything. I think so too because Matt Damon is Odysseus and Tom Holland is Telemachus. And those buckets don't even look close to related. Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm trying to be family friendly now, darn it. Thanks to what your sister-in-law said, Angel. So yes, I agree. Matt Damon and Tom Holland, those buckets don't look anything even close to related. Wasn't it Matt Damon and Tom Holland in the Uncharted movie? Am I insane? Who was with Tom Holland in Uncharted? Oh, it was Marky Mark. I'm mad at it, Dagon. You mean to tell me there ain't no Greek actors in Hollywood right now?
He would like a Greek actor for a Greek-based movie.
know, then there's this really cool thing. It's really hip with dogs your size. It's called not becoming a shoe. Jesus.
Did you ever see that trailer that Nathan Fillion made for Uncharted? It's actually fairly decent. I still don't like the guy that was playing Sully, but I digress. It was pretty decent. Tom and Matt don't look super different, so I'm not mad at the pairing, while I'd rather other people, and I'm mostly indifferent. And think that as long as they do good, it's okay, even if it should have been Greeks. Look. I have no opinions on the act. I'm with you, Dagon. I have no opinions on the actors until I see them in, well, action.
Now I'll grab these two things.
Well, ball sacks.
Laundry's going.
Yay, laundry.
Double ball sacks.
What is wrong?
I'm stupid.
Wah.
Out of everything, I forgot to power the automatic crafter.
Oops. Oops, daisy.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I know.
I know.
Oh no, there's two of you.
Oh no! Oh no! There, I did it Australian so that you can't tell.
You did it Bluey style.
You did it Bluey style.
Oh no!
Look, they've got kids. The first thing that comes to mind when he says Australian is
Because I think that's the only Australian movie or show we've seen. Unless you count, like, Crocodile Hunter.
Crocodile Hunter.
I would almost guarantee and bet money on it. I would bet a whole box of pennies from the bank that Dottie has no idea what Crocodile Hunter is. But
What, my daughter?
Yeah.
Of course she has no idea what Crocodile Hunter is.
okay, we'll do it.
How would she know the glory that is Steve Irwin?
Snowflake will corrupt her.
Good.
Or she'll tempt.
Hey, I might.
Yeah,
Be like, hey, child, watch some nature documentary shit with me.
what a crock.
Oh no! Not that! One of the most joyful and freaking pure human beings this side of the Big Bang? Oh no! How dare you!
I actually got told by someone in high school that he was a terrible role model to have because apparently, according to them, they said they met him and he was a royal jerk.
Dude, everybody has a hangover one day. And maybe you were being a jerk and wouldn't leave them be, and they were busy, and they were under contract to do things. Like, who knows? We need circumstances.
The only thing I've ever heard about him that is in any way negative is that he can be intense.
But that was kind of his whole thing. He loves what he loves and he fights for it.
He's just a very intense person. Now, does that mean he can come across as a jerk? Yeah, I can see that. I can easily see that. But anybody that knows him, like you said, will get it's just how he is. He's not trying to be an ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were like, he's the worst role model you could have. And I'm like, I don't think so.
Okay, that's a bold statement. There's a lot of people that I don't even think.
That's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it works out for him. I think the world would be better off with a movie based on Jorge's retelling of the Odyssey as opposed to whatever the dick Nolan is going to push out into the porcelain throne that is the modern day cinema. I agree to an extent.
Whoopsies. Don't fall into.
Oh, I just saw the rest of Dagon's post. He says they should give. He hopes they give Jorge a cameo. He doubts it, but they should. They shouldn't, but they should. And I agree with you 100% because if they do, they are effectively. Oh, what's the word? Giving the thumbs up to the epic musical, which I. How do I say I love the epic musical, but at the same time I hope they don't do that?
You appreciate the musical, but don't copy it thing for thing.
Here's my thing about the musical. Jorge has been openly honest about his intentions with it. And what he had was effectively a theme that he wanted the entire musical to circle around. I feel like he succeeded in that. I also kind of make this pithy argument where because most mythology was oral, it did change over time. We do have records of various mythologies shifting as years go by. And Jorge's retelling is... Ah, no!
That's a creeper.
Jorge's retelling
Jorge is telling that.
is, in a way, a continuation of that. Because it's different, but it's got similar aspects to it. There are already people that don't know how much Odysseus cheated on his wife. Because it's a major plot point in Jorge's musical that he doesn't cheat. There are people that don't know about the giants and instead think Poseidon got directly involved, which he did not. There are people that think Aeolus is a god, not a king. These are just a few of the differences between the myth and the musical. I'm fine that he made changes. Let me say that right now. I have no problem with him making changes. All I'm going to say to people is, let's let it be what it is. Also, one of my favorite things about this musical is the number of people that are making content based on it, because not a single one of them is like officially recognized as being above any others. I really like that fact. And I kind of want it to stay that way. And again, maybe I'm just a purist, but I really do I love the idea of no one animatic being the animatic.
No animatic or behind.
Oh, Honey Bear is snoring.
Here's your thing.
Oh, you're just okay. I don't care.
Hey, Citrine, you have
And
not
Really murdered
eaten the rest
Crazy
of the
Horse
mashed
when he got
potatoes,
home
correct?
finally. He didn't just kill the suitors, but all the servants that serviced.
No,
The
I want to make a
suitors.
mashed potato sandwich.
Guess what?
What?
We have bread.
I know.
Bread.
gonna make a mashed potato sandwich after I'm done streaming.
You're streaming?
No, I'm not actually streaming, but I'm in the stream.
I'm so confused.
What the hell? I need to do some digging and destroy.
You confuse me, Snow.
Why? Why? Why would I ever?
No, please. Why do you ever what?
I have no idea. He's digging through something.
There is a box of holding, and I don't like. So I'm discovering what's within, and it's nothing of note, and it makes me annoyed.
Would it make you feel better if I told you my cat is currently snoring?
Actually, yes.
Oh, Hana.
What? You found cough drops. Yay?
Drops that cough?
Mm-hmm. Dropping and coughing.
Now
Don't
the
eat
question,
them.
I'm not
Cough it like it's hot.
even have the menthol in them, so they're useful or not.
Hey, there's Braille on this. Let me read this. Okay, clearly I have that fucking upside down.
Clearly. What did I... Oh, there's a... Oh, no!
But you don't say if you have the menthol or whatever it is. That's what I need to know. Because if you don't have that other stuff, then you're going to be kind of a last resort use.
What the hell?
I don't know. You're using that one a lot.
No, this thing literally says in Braille, mind you. I thought it was like a bookmark or something. It says information at Amazon / stove in Braille. I shit you not, that's what it says. I'm gonna give this to the sighted individual that can make sense of this
Here.
annoyance.
I just want everyone to know that, yet again, he cut out at all the funniest parts.
So it says important information at Amazon Oven Braille. I think this was when we tried to get the overlay for the stove, and it didn't work.
So
Ooh,
according to the
Amazon-
Jello packaging, there are 4 servings in one container, and each is 90 calories. So does that mean one cup is 90 calories or 360? If there are 4 servings in one container and one serving is 90 calories, that means it's 360 calories per container.
Yep.
Do not approach me with your trivial math.
I hate counting calories.
I graduated middle school. I don't need to do that. I earned my right not to ask math questions.
Did you really?
Yes.
If a train is leaving
it was-
Chicago, moving at 70 miles per hour,
Apparently, we figured out the speed of which your spirit can fly.
and a car
You're just-
approaches the space shuttle at 60 miles per hour,
It was not named the Challenger.
what is the best topping to go on the pizza?
Huh?
That's
I don't know,
right,
just don't-
the square hole.
Huh? My brain just short circuited.
The square hole.
It's still. Oh. I don't. Wait. Hold on. Rewind.
Nope, Citrine got it.
I'm still not getting
I
it.
know, and that's what's cute about this. I'm gonna go put these pop drops somewhere. You continue thinking about that.
I give up thinking on it.
Go on, Snowflake. think about it.
Because I know all I'm gonna do is embarrass myself more
No,
with
you
my
won't.
blondisms.
Where does the circle go? That's right. In the square hole.
Okay, now I get it. Thank you.
There you go. Love you.
Oh, my brain was not having it. Okay.
No, it was not. That means-
Snowflake, that was literally read specifically to be incomprehensible.
Okay, cool.
If a train leaves the station at 70 miles per hour and a car approaches the space shuttle at 60 miles per hour, what is the best topping to go on the pizza? That's right, the square hole.
Dear,
What?
I can tell I have not opened this box in a long time, you know?
It's dusty?
There's a COVID map.
Oh, yay.
Hey, I remember when that
Like,
thing
opening a
happened.
freaking tube.
I will never not be. Ah!
What did you do? Did you break it? You
Why?
did break it.
Why is any of my lava not pumping? Wait,
The train's just all sorts of full of.
you're the one feeding. Okay, it is feeding too.
What is that thing? What are you? You almost got sent to hell.
If you bring me a dead mouse, I'm gonna shoot you.
Why would I bring you a dead mouse?
Because you love her, obviously.
If I love her, I would dispose of the dead mouse. Because I don't want her to have a panic attack for the next 3 weeks when she touches.
Are you saying that your wife is not worth a dead mouse? Citrine. I am appalled.
Oh, you're not my wife, so I'm gonna answer. Like, I'm gonna take the rope. I'm gonna side with
I
you.
could be if you ever believed in me.
I mean, I believe in you, but she can hit me. So far as I know, you can't hit through it.
Okay, just because I lack the capacity to cause physical violence doesn't mean you gotta call me out on it.
Ooh, don't drown.
Surprise! That's right, Goot has a weakness.
And do that. Cool.
You know, alright. I really question why we have. And then I think to myself, cleaning spree says autism. Blake says I do it.
Snowflake says I'm not the one doing the, so it's not my problem.
Snowflake, yet again, the cutouts are hilarious.
Are they?
Oh, the back before I break.
Oh goodness. Great jolly giant.
Green giant.
Yum.
He did yum.
That is not the right one. But
Look.
somehow it feels like it could fit.
It's a color, it's a description, alright? Don't make Snow's brain malfunction like mine was Sunday, and then in all caps she says, "It's me." What, are you the anti-hero?
Great. Now Taylor Swift is in my.
Oh, she says she's my weakness.
Who, Taylor?
Yes, Taylor Swift is
To allow or deny.
is
okay?
my weakness. Surprisingly enough. But what's funny is if it's just her normal radio versions of the songs, I don't get as weak as I do when it's her Taylor's version.
Taylor's version is the remix. Those are it's kind of cool. The way she.
I think it's kind of cool because she's trying to short the studios and say,
That too.
My money.
that's
My work, my money.
yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm not too terribly worried about the remix or anything like that. For me, it's all about she's just, look, I'm not letting you all take money from me.
It's all about the money.
Ooh, oak logs. It's that thing. That which I need.
Woohoo!
Ho ho. Bow, bow, bow,
Why did you
bow,
both
bow.
go Mickey Mouse at the same time?
Did you just say Mickey? I'm gonna.
You started doing Blue's Clues afterwards, but it sounded like originally Mickey Mouse. I know you did Mickey Mouse, but it sounded like Goot was doing Mickey Mouse at the same time. But he was doing Blue.
To be fair, Blue and Mickey both are in a higher tenor register. So.
Don't blame because I suck! Baby, come on! Why am I out here catching strays?
Yay, thanks, Angel.
Okay, every time I hear that, dear,
What, the glass breaking?
yes, I think of literally when you die on a friggin'.
Oh, Phasmo?
Yeah, it's like.
I had to bug the guys to play that with me again soon.
You know, one of these days if I get my vision back up.
Because I haven't even explored the new map. And they're supposedly coming out with 2 new maps this month. Blech, not this month, this year. I'll get a date right around.
Time
Nope.
is hard.
I'm having a stroke.
Don't do that. You are my. You're my love.
I can't.
Don't do that. You're my love. You're the one and only cook that I know that's great. You're my rent. You're my. A lot of things.
Angel, apparently I'm only good for cooking and paying rent.
You didn't even hear the.
Look,
No, I did not.
I'm not gonna lie, Snow. Given what you said, I was absolutely gonna go a different direction. Something about not having a stroke live on the air. It's inappropriate for the children.
Stroke.
Oh, Angel.
What?
She says, hey, at least you are appreciated for those things.
Oh, you shush up, Angel!
You've got to go upstairs sometime.
Sounds like your wife.
Actually, Citrine, I am back sleeping in the basement.
Because Angel is sick and he doesn't wish to catch it.
Well, she's trying to be generous to you. It sounds like. If she didn't love you, she'd be like, "I will pass this on. I will take care of him."
Well, here's the funny thing. I complained about the way she took it so much that if I did end up catching what she has, I actually have to just tough it out and muscle through it. Not because, I want to put on a brave face or anything for anyone. No, because I know my wife will mock me if I don't.
The wife has many powers. This is one of them to go. You said this before. Now it's on.
The wife has many doors, Ed boys. Your garden is overgrown and your cucumbers are soft.
Hi, Ralph.
What? Autism stop.
It's Ralph from Ed,
I,
Ed,
I
Eddie.
know what.
This is the Hat of Discipline. Do you live in a cave?
Citrine. Ow!
I didn't hit you hard. You're so fancy.
I am a pansy. That's why you're supposed to treat me delicately.
I did treat you delicately. I tapped you.
And we got it all on video.
Uh-huh.
Audio description abuse.
Even the abuse is audio description.
This is the first blind case in America tonight. Go trial for audio descriptive abuse. In your man.
I have to go fix that because I'm about to ruin my power source for one of my other
Are you?
items. Yeah.
Okay, look, I'll be 100% honest. Sunday was a hot mess. And I probably should feel a little bit more shame for the way I handled it, but I really don't.
What?
Because, and this is the truth, these are facts. When it comes to a situation where somebody is, where somebody has a fever of more than 103 degrees, upwards of 105, somebody has to take control. All right? Somebody's got to step up.
And check the thermometer.
So I maybe was not as gentle with my wife as I could have been. But in my defense, she needed it. She needed the severity. She needed someone to give her that push. My fever only... Yeah, oh, yeah, that was the other thing. When we got home, we immediately threw our thermometer away.
Oh, you guys are getting a new one?
It maxed out at 107 degrees, which is not long before organ failure.
Yeah? Well, wait for you.
So I was not happy to have that be a fact. And then, to top it all off, because just heck me, right? We get to the hospital, and they say her temperature is 100.1.
And you do.
Now, on one hand, hooray, my wife's not dying. On the other hand, the heck you mean only 100.1?
That's still not great.
That's not great, but that's at home manageable.
Yeah, it sounds like your thermometer had a major conniption fit.
One of the first things I asked the nurse was, do you have any recommendations for thermometers? And she said, oh yeah, any oral thermometer will work. Just don't get, like, one of the forehead ones.
Do you guys have a forehead one or something?
That's exactly what we had.
Oh. I never use those. I don't trust those.
Yet you shouldn't. Oral thermometers are probably going to be your best bet. Actually, I bet infrared thermometers would be better, but those are like hyper expensive.
What'd I do this time?
See, you always assume you're in trouble, which makes me think you actually did.
First of all, with how delirious
bet.
I was, it could have been mistaken as really high. And you know what, Angel? For all we know, it actually did max out at like 105 degrees, and then getting you outside, getting you moving, cooled you down somehow. But the bottom line is, the very next day, after receiving only some oral steroids for the swelling in her throat, she sweat out everything. And she's already recovering beautifully. I mean, my wife does most things beautifully. She's my wife.
I can't.
Second of all, I'm glad we went because the
Would you
steroid.
not?
The steroid they gave me not only brought the swelling down to my throat, but also probably helped me do the big sweat.
Which we are grateful for the big sweat because that means she's getting better. Yay!
Oh my
I
goodness.
get to keep my friend.
We did it.
Or I guess I should say better off, my internet waifu.
We did it.
Yay! He did it.
It's actually, look, it's cranking out stuff right now.
Congratulations.
Like, this is the messiest it could possibly be.
But at least it's working.
So, to
Whoa!
Citrine's having a conniption fit and it's kind of funny.
I am.
actually, it's not doing too bad. It could obviously be better. Okay. So, the last thing we do tonight is I'm gonna break this down for everybody. All right, we're gonna break it down old school. We have a classic cobblestone generator. Classic, haha. We have a create mod cobblestone generator here, feeding butt tons of cobblestone here into this chest that I can't access, so I actually have no idea what's in it. That chest is funneling out cobblestone one by one, so that it can be processed quicker. It comes to this brass tunnel. The tunnel splits it evenly between these two lines. One line goes through a double crusher wheel assembly, where it gets broken down into gravel and then immediately broken down into sand. The sand will split it into flint and clay, which I'm probably going to have come over here and then be disposed of. The sand comes over here and gets haunted into soul sand. The soul sand will get washed into gold nuggets and quartz. That shouldn't be stone. Any quartz that comes out will be picked up and placed in this automatic assembler right here. The assembler will use 2 cobblestone and 2 quartz to make diorite. The cobblestone comes from that split earlier, which comes back to this brass funnel, which splits it again. I might want to have it running while I do this, just so I can keep an eye out. Make sure everything's doing fine. Alright. So the cobblestone splits here. Diorite will come out here and split as well. On one part, the diorite goes in this basin with the cobblestone and is turned into andesite. At that point, it comes up and mixes with some more diorite here in this basin with the lava that we have accruing over there, and it is turned into tuff. And the tuff goes through those last grind wheels, and they become just all kinds of nuggets. Tuff can be ground into the nugget of everything, by the way. I'm thinking I might improve the washing and haunting systems because they are the holdup right now.
Can you put a control speed in there to make them faster?
There's not enough room.
Ah.
That will be 2.0. When I clear out this area a lot. Like a lot.
I was gonna say, because if you need precision mechanisms, I think that's how you say it.
Yep.
I have 30 of them made up. If and when they are needed by people.
Yeah, so the washing and haunting is the current slow point. I want to make another fan, 2 more fans actually. I'm going to make 2 more fans. I'm going to hook one up here with another haunter, and that should haunt twice as fast, in theory. Good night, Dagon.
Nighty night, Dagon.
And then I might open this up so we have double water. I don't know. I have this nozzle, and what it does, it is supposed to redirect air in 4 directions. And I thought I might try something with that, but I just couldn't get anything to work. Alright, so I've got 2 copper nugs, 3 electrum, and 2 gold nug. Okay. This is what I've got for resources right now. These 4. I have at least one of each of those just from letting it run for a little bit. And tough can become everything. Even zinc ingots, which I just haven't gotten any of. It can become all 5 of these. And then, of course, I can just mix some ingots to make brass. And I've already got my machine to make andesite alloy back at the other base. Which I'm honestly probably just going to leave there for now. I need to turn it back on real quick. Alright, now I can turn it off. I didn't want my mixer down because it was making a ton of particles. And my fear is that those particles are going to cause a lot of lag. So, we're going to avoid that however we can. But, stage 1 is complete. The Tough Crafter 1.0 is done. Obviously, this area is going to need to be rebuilt. And by rebuilt, I mean I am going to rip this whole machine out. And completely redo it from the ground up. And that even includes my lava collection system. I don't know where I'm going to put all that lava. I might just make up 25 buckets and store it all like that. But, I mean, heck me. This is shoddy. I need to address the points where it slows down. I want to... Alright, this is kind of just copying Beardstone. But the idea is a valid one. I want to set vaults up at every collection point. So there would be a vault for cobblestone where it can take in the 3 different directions. There would be a vault for sand that would then have its own haunting station. And I mean like a major haunting station. The soul sand would immediately go to be washed because I don't need to store soul sand after that point. After being washed, we will divert the gold nuggets, but keep the quartz. The quartz will immediately be turned into diorite. Diorite will have a vault. That will be stored because that's used a lot. There will be a lava tank. I will probably just run something. I'm not sure what. Maybe a little water wheel to just pump all this lava into a lava tank so it's always got some. There's a lot of different processes we'll do. But we're going to streamline this, obviously. It'll get there. It'll get where I want it to be. For now, though, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like the video, have something to say, or want to see more of our stuff. To see our most up-to-date stuff, please follow us on Twitch. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you too can be notified 3 minutes after we go live. And again, thank you all so much for watching. I will see all of you at the next waypoint, and please have a good night.